Opinion: I'm Native American. Land acknowledgments are infuriating.
That's the headline of a guest essay by Reed Walker, a citizen of the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara Nation, published in the New York Times. Walker opens with a scene at the Union Church of Pocantico Hills, the Rockefeller family's church in New York's Hudson Valley. A guide acknowledges the ancestral homelands of the Munsee Lenape, but he leaves out the specific community of that ground, the Wekwesgeek. Then the guide adds, "We'd like to think they are looking down on us, pleased with what we have done with the land." Walker, the only native person in the room, feels the moment captures a deeper problem. A ritual meant to recognize dispossession becomes a form of reassurance instead. History is named and then absorbed. Land acknowledgments have become common in museums, universities, and cultural institutions across the United States and Canada, recognizing that they occupy the ancestral territory of indigenous nations. Yet some are disappearing. Ohio State University banned most land acknowledgments last fall under a state law aimed at reversing diversity, equity, and inclusion measures. The practice has roots in indigenous protocol, but the modern institutional version traveled through Australia and Canada. In Australia, a welcome to country can be delivered only by a member of the nation whose territory you're on, usually an elder, a host's gesture. An acknowledgement of country is what non-indigenous people offer as guests. The American version collapsed the two, so non-native institutions now perform what was originally a host's role. In 2021, indigenous anthropologists formally asked the American Anthropological Association to pause the practice, arguing there was no evidence that acknowledgments produce measurable change. Walker and others point out that the ritual still treats land as something that can be owned. It names the theft while leaving the idea of ownership untouched. Indigenous relationships to land were not about possession or title, they were about reciprocity, care, and responsibility. As Absolute artist Wendy Red Star puts it, the concept of territory is a completely Western idea. When we make land acknowledgments, we're putting a Western, colonial concept on the relationship between the native people who were stewards of the land.
It's not ownership. Walker's essay asks whether the practice does more to soothe settlers than to honor the displaced. Thanks for listening. This has been a summary of the piece.